Hey guys, welcome back to a new series on my channel, and today I'm gonna be explaining or teaching you how to script on Roblox Studio. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing I'm gonna teach you is how to get these pages. Now it's very simple. Just go into View right here, click Explorer and Properties. Okay, so uh, to insert the part, just click this button right here, part, and if you click the arrow underneath it, you can actually change if you want a block, a sphere, a wedge, or a cylinder. So I'm gonna show you. So the first tool is select. So if you have the select tool on, you can just drag the part like wherever you want in the map. And if you want to move your camera in the studio, you can use the arrow keys and your like the right click of your mouse to move the camera. But I recommend using WQSD or whatever key. The second tool is the move tool. So it's basically like the select, okay, but it's more precise. I guess it's ready to adjust the position of your part. Yeah, as you can see, you can move it wherever you want. So the third tool is the scale tool. So basically, if you drag the circles right here, you can actually make your parts bigger or smaller. You can just change its size, and yeah, as you can see, if I drag the circles, you can actually change the size of your part. That's pretty cool. And the last tool is the rotate tool. You can rotate by dragging the circles around the part, as you can see, in different axes, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Now you have the collision tool. So basically what it does is, if for example we have two parts, okay, you cannot pass through the other part, okay, and make something like that. But if you don't have the collision on and do that, as you can see, you can put a part in another part. But if you have the collision on, you cannot pass through it, okay. As you can see, I cannot pass through it. So yeah, that's the collisions. So now you have the terrain editor. So if you go in edit, we can actually add terrain or subtract or subtract or subtract or subtract terrain. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You have also the grow tool, which it grows the terrain. If you hold your left click, and yeah, you can make shapes with the terrain. Now personally, I don't use the terrain. I always use like the parts and stuff, so it might be useful for you, maybe, I don't know. That's your choice, but I just don't like using terrain, so yeah. Now I'm gonna show you the toolbox. So the toolbox is a place where you can find models that player actually made themselves, and you can actually insert them into your game. Now, for example, this guy called Robloxo 9 random. If you click on his model, it's inserted in your game, so you don't need to do it yourself. That's pretty cool. Now, if you want to make your own games, I recommend making everything yourself. Okay. So first off, I recommend learning how to code, or how to so I recommend learning how to code or learn how to make a game, because if you know how to code, you can pretty much do everything you want. But if you don't know how to code, but you learn how to make a game, then you won't be able to understand what you're doing. So yeah. The next tool is the UI. Now you don't need to click on this button. You can just in the Explorer that we get by clicking Explorer here in View. If you actually go and start a GUI, which is the place for you to do GUIs, if you click on this button, the plus, you can actually do that right here. So yeah, you can insert screen GUIs from here, or if you really want to do it from here, you can do it. Okay, boom, and then it's inserted for you. Now there's a next tool, which is the material. So if you click on a part and if you change the material, as you can see, there's a list. You can change it to like neon, or even concrete, or even brick, or wood. You can also change the color. If you want it to be green, if you want it to be yellow or red or pink, you can do it too. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna put it back to plastic. There's also the group tool right here. So group tool is really useful if you want to be organized in your Explorer. Because for example, if you have a lot of parts, okay, if you have really a ton of parts in your game, then as you can see, my Explorer is full of parts, and it's not really cool to see. So if you want it to be more organized, you can just select all your parts and click group. As you can see, it makes a model in your Explorer which has all your parts, and that's pretty cool. You can also rename the model to like your parts, and yeah, if you want to ungroup it, you can click this arrow and click on group. Wait, because boom, and it's ungrouped. There is the lock tool, where you can basically lock your parts so you won't be able to select it again, except if you do it from the Explorer. As you can see, if I just delete all my other parts because I don't need them. If I click this part, if I lock it, and if I click again, and if I click lock again, as you can see, I cannot, if I click on it, I cannot select it. But I can select it from the Explorer, which I still can move it. But if it's unlocked, then I can select it. There's the anchor tool, probably one of the most needed thing. So what is anchor? So basically, if you anchor a part, so if you click anchor, in the game it basically won't move. Okay, so this part won't have any gravity. But if we unanchor it, and if we play, as you can see, the part falls. It has gravity. Click stop. By the way, if you want to test your game, you can just click these arrows and select if you want to play your game, or if you want to play here, so where your camera is, or if you just want to run your game. So you will basically able to play your game, but while having the camera like this. As you can see, if I click play, the game will start loading and I can play my game. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, I can move the pawn because it's not anchored. So if all your parts are not anchored, that means you can break the map, and that's not good. So make sure all the parts you make are anchored. Okay, if you have a bunch of parts, okay, that are not anchored, okay, if you have a bunch of parts that are not anchored, and you want to anchor everything, you don't need to go in properties of all the parts and then click anchor, and then anchor, and go this one and anchor. You don't need to do that, alright? Just select all your parts and anchor them. That's it. And now every parts are anchored. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now there is the play tool that I already explained. There is the game settings. We'll see that in the next episode. And now if we click model right here, we have the same tools. Okay. But here, what is the spawn tool? So if you click this spawn button, it will create a spawn point in your game, and wherever you drag the spawn point, you will spawn on it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. As you can see, if I put the spawn location at the corner of the map, and if I play, you will see that we spawn on the spawn point. So yeah, very useful. Now if you go in view, that's pretty much all the tabs there is. So there's the toolbox, the explorer, properties, the output. So what is the output? The output is a place where you can see all the errors that you have in your script. So for example, if you play and if you have like an error in one of our script, that will tell us, and that's pretty useful if you want to know if you're like, why is my script not working? Just open your output and you can see what's wrong with your script. So that's pretty useful. Now there is also the script analyst. That only works when you have a script, not, but there's also the performance of your game. There's the script performance. There is watch, find and all, replace all, and it's pretty cool. Alright, you have a screenshot button if you want to take a screenshot, or if you want to record video record, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's it for the tabs. Now I'm gonna show you what's the properties. So the properties is when you select a part, for example, and if you go in the properties of the part, you can, it's basically a place where you can change the color, the material, like pebble. You can also change the you can also change the reflectance. You can also change the reflectance. You can also change the You can also change the reflectance. Like if you put it to 1 or like I don't know. Well, actually, this material has no reflectance. So if you put like smooth plastic, as you can see, if I put the reflectance to 1, it shows the sky because it's reflecting on the part. The sky is reflecting on the part. You can also change it to like 10, and it makes something really weird. Or like you can also put negative numbers like -1, and it turns the part a white color. It's pretty cool to basically make your parts colors special. Like if you want a I don't know, devil type part, turn the reflectance to like -1000 or something, I don't know. And if you change it to red, as you can see, it makes like a really weird part. Okay, so yeah, that's the reflectance. I'm gonna change it back to pebble. You can also change the transparency of your part if you want it to be transparent. You can also turn it invisible if you want to make invisible walls, like borders, for your maps, if you don't want players to fall off. And there's also can collide. So if can collide is turned on, you can basically touch the part. But if it's off, then in the game you won't be. You will basically pass through the part. Now can touch is basically almost the same. And anchored, I already told you what anchor is. Okay, if it's not anchored, then the part will have gravity. There is also locked and massless. You can also change the size of your part by just doing numbers here. Okay, so this is 30 studs on every side. Okay, it makes a cube, as you can see. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You can also change the name of your part, like my part, and it will show in the Explorer my part is this part. Now, what is the parent? So in the Explorer, you have like workspace, players, replicated storage, server storage. You have all of these, okay? And for example, if I put my part into for example replicated storage, the parent of my part will be replicated storage because it's in. For example, if we put a, like, for example, I don't know, a script into my part, then the parent of the script will be my part because the script is in the part. So the parent of the script is the part, and the parent of the part is the workspace. It makes a tree, if you know what I'm saying. It makes a like a tree. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Explorer and properties. Now I'm gonna explain how to make scripts. So if you insert a script by clicking the plus button and select script. As you can see, it says that print hello world. Okay, so this is the start script. So when you insert a brand new script, it says that print hello world. Now, what is print and then brackets and then speech marks? So it will basically so when you do, like, for example, in your script, when you do like print, as you can see, it makes brackets, and if you put speech marks and then a text like hello, this is KracKen. If you close the script and if you play, it will say the text that you said in the script, it will say it into your output. As you can see, hello, this is KracKen. As you can see, alright? So that's what printing is, okay? So if we just whoops. Alright. So if we go back to the script, I'm gonna show you now how to make variables, okay? So what is a variable? A variable always need to start by the word local, okay? As you can see, if you put this word, it will turn red, I think. I changed the color to green because it makes it better. But also, if you want to change like the color of the words in your script, you can go in File and then Studio Settings, then Script Editor, and you can change the font of your script, or you can customize the colors here. As you can see, local color green. Okay, so that's why I have the local word color green. Now I'm gonna show you how to make variables. So if you do local, okay, to start a variable, and if you put the name of your variable, which is like number to say, for example, I'm gonna show you later what it does. But if you do equals, equals and then a number. So if you do, like, for example, 50, and then if you do print and then number to say, with no parentheses. So what it will do is it will print it will print your variable, and our variable is 50. So if we play, just see the output, it prints 50. Okay, this is how you make a variable. Okay, now you can also make variables of the part. So if you do like local part is equals, or like local my part actually is equals to, and then script.parent, because the script, as I said, is in the part, so the parent of your script is the part. So script.parent. And if we do my part dot transparency is equals to 0.5, for example, it will basically take your my part variable, which is the parent of the script. It will go in the properties of the parent of the my part, and we will set the transparency of the part, which is this option, to 0.5. So right now, if we play, I'm just gonna run so I don't need to load. The part is transparency 0.5. Now we can say in the output that the part has been like transparent. I don't know how to say the word, but like for example, print the part has is now transparent, for example. It will say that the part is now transparent. So as you can see, the part is transparent and it says it in the output. Okay? Now you don't need to do it with the transparency. You can also do it with, for example, the color. Now I'm gonna show you how to change the color. Okay? So if we do local my part, again is equals to script.parent. If we do my part dot color is equals to, and it won't work if you do like 100 comma 100 comma 100. It won't work if you do that. But what you actually need to do is do color, so equals to color 3 dot new, and then you can set a new color, like for example red. Okay, now why do we need to put color 3 dot new? So basically that means we will replace the color of the part to a new color. So that's why we do dot new, because it's a new color. Okay, and as you can see now, when we run, the parts is going red because we set the new color to red. If you want to change the color without writing numbers, you can just click this button, okay, and put a color, for example blue, and if you run, it will turn blue. So that's pretty much it. Now I'm gonna show you that you can do that with pretty much all the properties of the part. You can do, for example, my part dot transparency equals to 0.75, or like even my part dot dot material, for example, equals to grass. Or also make sure you put speech marks right here, because we are saying a word. So in the speech marks, you can do the name of your material, which is let me put, like, for example, bricks. Yeah, bricks. Brick, yeah. You can also set if the part will be anchored or not. So if you do false, as you can see, the part is actually anchored, but the script made it so it's not anchored. Okay, so if you drag it up, as you can see, the properties anchored is on, but if you run, the part will fall because we made the part unanchored in the script that we made. As you can see, I set the transparency of the part to 0.75, the material to brick, and the color to blue. And when we play the game, as you can see, it goes transparent, it goes blue, it goes with the brick material, everything is working, so that's pretty cool. Now, if we actually add a cooldown between these things, so for example, we do wait, and then the amount of seconds you want to wait until it goes transparent. I'm gonna do wait right here. It does that, okay? And we will also print if the part is going transparency. So part is transparent here, and then here we can do like part is bricks, and here we can do part is not anchored. So when we do that, it will basically, so the part will be anchored, and then it will go transparent, it will go with the brick material, and then it will be unanchored after 1 second. As you can see, when I do it again, it doesn't fall, but then after 2 seconds, because after 1 second it changes the material, it goes unanchored. Now I'm gonna show you how to make functions. Actually no, I'm gonna show you how to make instance. So what is an instance? So an instance in a script is basically a function that creates a new part in your game. For example, if we go in the properties of my part, and if I copy the position of it, if I go in my script, and if I do instance, local new part, because it's the name of my new part, we can do instance dot new, and then we will say what will be created. So we want to create a part in our game. Now why instance.new? Because it creates a new part, as you can see. Now it doesn't matter if you name it like blah blah blah, okay, it still creates a part, okay? It's just a name like that, okay? You want to create your own name. So now we will do a new part.name is equals to my new part. So what this is when it creates the part in our game, it will automatically give it a name, which is gonna be my new part. We can also change what color we want it to be when it's created. So color equals to color3.new, and any color, for example red or yellow actually. And yeah. And we will also say what's the parent of this part. Well, we want it to be in our workspace, so game.workspace. So the parent of the workspace, we can't see it, but it's actually the game. Okay? So if we close the script, actually wait. First, so now we need to say the position of the part, which is the position that we gave, that we copied. So if we copy it here, and if we put brackets here, so wait, make sure you put these pointy brackets and then copy it. So now we can you can put the script into the workspace instead of the part. We can delete this part, and now we can run, and as you can see, it creates a new part, which is the color that we wanted and the name that we wanted. As you can see, there's no part in our game, but we made the script that creates one. Boom, we play, and then if we check the Explorer, as you can see, it created a new part. Okay, so that's pretty cool. If we stop, so now I'm gonna show you how to make functions. So if we create the a new part right here. So what is a function? A function reduces the amount of code that you need to write into your code, your script. So if we do the local part, okay, equals to game.workspace.part. So the part that we just created, this one, we'll define it in the code. So local part equals to the game, and then the workspace, so that, and then the part. And if we do, wait, first we will need a point light, okay? Put around 30, okay? So a point light, by the way, is a light that you can insert in your part and it makes a light. So yeah, it's pretty much that. So if you do local light, actually equals to part.point light, because the point light it is in our part. And if we do while true do, what is while true do? So while true do is a function, so it basically ends and it basically repeats the code. So if we do, for example, I'm going to show you light.color equals to light.color3 equals to color3 dot new, and then the color that we want. And if you do wait 1 second, do the same, make a new color, do the same, as you can see, alright, if you do that, if we so while true do, and then the color, wait 1 second, the color, then wait 1 second, and then it goes in to end. So what does that do? What does this code do is it basically so the light color goes red, and then it waits 1 second, goes orange, wait 1 second, goes yellow, and then wait 1 second, it goes green. So so the fact that we made it while to do is when it ends, it repeats, okay? So I'm gonna show you the difference, okay? If we run right now, as you can see, it goes red, orange, yellow, green, okay? And it repeats, as you can see, it repeats. So we made a little disco right here, as you can see. It's pretty cool. It repeats, alright? But if we don't have the while to do, it will do it, okay? But it won't repeat, okay? As you can see, it's stuck to the green color, so it doesn't repeat. So that's what voucher do does. Now, I recommend doing like local light and then define your light, except like instead of doing this, okay, it's too long. You don't want to do that, right? You don't want to do game.workspace.par.pointlight.color and stuff, okay? You want to do local light equals to game.workspace.part.pointlight. Okay, so you don't need to write all of these. You can just do that. You can just do light.color, which is pretty cool, because the script already knows that light is basically equals to game.workspace.part.pointlight. So we don't need to repeat this to do that. And it reduces a lot the amount of code that we need to write in our script. So that's really useful. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I explained my best. Alright, I know sometimes I was struggling, but you know, that's okay. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. Tell me in the comments what you want me to teach you in the next video, okay? Tell me what you don't understand in the scripts. And yeah, I'm gonna teach you, right? I'm gonna teach you, like in the part 2, I'm gonna teach you like how to make functions, you know, yeah. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I see you in the next one. Peace.